Hey, it's Johara. Welcome back to my channel. So, I'm going to be talking about my sexuality. As I said in a couple previous videos that I've been kind of trying to figure out my sexuality again because I started, I don't know, thinking, I know that I like girls. I've known that since I was like 14. I'm pretty sure that's the age I came out, 14 or 15. And I never really came out. Like everyone talks about their coming out story, their big announcement to the people important to them or whatever. And it's just, I never had one of those. My mom knew when I was 5. My best friend knew when we met, and I would have been 13, so she knew a year or two before I even finally figured it out myself. Um, so, yeah. Um, it seems like everyone knew before me. I guess I was just that obvious. Looking back at it now, I'm like, whenever I talk about an actress, I always talk about an actress, not an actor. And like when I talked about characters that I was obsessed with, every so often, yeah, I'd mention a guy, a boy character, but most of my favorite characters were always female. I was always just more drawn to them, and I guess it was always kind of obvious that I was a lesbian. Like it was always kind of obvious. um, how did I not know? I do not. I don't know how I didn't know, but everyone else knew. And then I came again. I didn't come out as asexual either. Um, a few years ago, I'm 22 now. I think I would have been 20, so yeah, about 2 years ago. Um, I was visiting Florida, which is where my younger sister lives, one of them, because I have many. Um, and she, um, and that's also where I uh lived for a few years before I came back to my hometown, home state, whatever you want to call it. And so we were there because we were helping my mom take things out of her garage, her storage facility she still had in Florida before she came back here as well. And we were throwing a bunch of things away that needed to be thrown away. And so my mom was dealing with sorting things because she knew what she wanted to keep and what she wanted to be thrown away, while my sister and I just kind of drove to the dumpster and back and threw a bunch of things away. Um, and I don't remember how this conversation started. I do not remember at all. But somehow we got into the conversation of bisexuality. I guess that's just things sisters talk about. But however we got into the conversation is irrelevant anyways. We started and then she suggested that I might be asexual. And I think that was the first time I really even heard that term. And but she explained it to me, and I did after that. After I got home and back to my state and everything, I did a lot of research. I did a lot of research on asexuality. But because I wanted to know what it was, if that is what it was, but if that is what I am. But the moment she said it, something clicked. Like, I never really thought about sex or anything ever. Like, never really thought of it, never really cared. I just, I just, but when it was brought up, I got very uncomfortable, very, and disgusted. And when she explained what asexuality was, I was like, huh, I feel like a missing part of me was just found. And it was very enlightening. Um, but I still did a lot of research because I wanted to be very well aware of what exactly asexuality is, because there's a whole spectrum. So there's more than to. It's not just not liking sex or being anti-sex or whatever you want to call it, because that's not what asexuality is. The asexuality is just not having little to no sex drive, and or you don't have sex drive, but you can still like it, and you just don't crave it for yourself. Um, so I was trying to figure out what part of I am on, and it didn't take me long to realize that I am on the part of being completely disgusted by sex and hating it. I do not need to have sex to know that much. Um, and when I was in high school, my sister used to make fun that I was gonna die a virgin. I guess it was always kind of obvious that I. She's not the only one that said that either, I don't think. So, huh. I guess it was kind of obvious that I just wasn't interested in anything like that. Am I that oblivious? Not oblivious. Where did oblivious come from? That's the wrong word. What's the word I'm looking for? Transparent. That's the word I was looking for. There's nothing like oblivious. My mind's just not here. Am I that transparent? Apparently. Um, hmm. Anyways, I was talking in a couple of my recent videos lately that I have been trying to figure out my sexuality again. I know I like girls and I know I hate sex, but I've been wondering if I could also be on the aromantic spectrum, because I do like girls, but at the same time it's like, even though the attraction is there and the attraction I do have is for women, no men at all, just women, the attraction I think is pretty small. So I'm on a different scale on the aromantic spectrum than I am on the asexual spectrum, because I do have attraction. It's just little, and I posted on social media today that I am officially labeling myself as an aro ace lesbian, because you can't be. You can have little attraction. It's not just an all or nothing thing. It is a spectrum, and I do have attraction. It's just not very big, which would explain why even though I know I'm attracted to women, I never had a well. Okay, I did technically have a girlfriend, but it only lasted like a couple weeks, if even that. Um, so and I don't know. I don't actively go seeking for women, and being single doesn't upset me, and I like being single. I mean, I have this huge bed, right? And I like sleeping in the middle. And I like being able to do whatever I want on my time. I do want kids. I do want kids someday. I want to be a foster parent because there's a lot of kids that need help. I do want kids. I know it'll be difficult going that route, but it'll be worth it. I do want children. Um, and yeah, being single parent could be hard as well, but I've watched my mom do it, and and I'm sure she'll help me just like I've helped her. Um, but I do want children. I just and I mean, yeah, if I find someone that I end up caring about and end up falling in love with someday, then that'd be great. Maybe I'll even get married, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I guess I just always assumed I'd get married someday. I mean, although I never really. I mean, I hear women always say how they dreamt about their perfect wedding day or whatever. I don't think I ever did. What? I'm a career-based woman. You want to know what my dream has been since I was as little as I could remember? Being a famous author. Like, that is all I've ever wanted. Like, I didn't even think about anything else for my future. I guess deep down, maybe I've always known. I mean, I do like women, but the attraction just is smaller than most people. And I mean, my entire life, whenever I thought of my future, the one thing I thought about was being an author, writing books, publishing them, which I've done. And I always have representation for anyone who needs fantasy books with asexual representation. I have those. I even have some aromantic representation because we need more. Um, hmm. But yeah, so I guess I don't know. I guess I was it's like I've always known. I mean, I've obviously always been this way. You know, you don't just turn this way. It's just a matter of finding out. So I've always been an aro ace lesbian, but it's just a matter of figuring it out. And instead of figuring it out all at once, I don't know if anyone else. I don't know if anyone else who's similar like this who has more than one sexuality, like aromantic, asexual, and lesbian came to terms with them all together or figured them out separately. I mean, I figured out I was lesbian back in high school. Asexuality a couple years ago. Aromantic just now. Um, but yeah, I guess this. But that's what I'm officially labeling myself as now, an aro ace lesbian. So, yeah, so I just want to talk about my sexuality and a little bit about my coming out, if you can even call it that. Um, I mean, I did. Who did I? Okay, so and when I first started saying I was asexual and started saying that I think this is what I am, it just feels right. Um, my mom didn't know the term either, but until I explained it to her, and she said that thinking about it, it makes sense. And then my best friend has actually said she had been wondering about that, and so had her older sister. And I was like, wow, I really am that transparent. But and then aromantic, I don't know if I've actually told anyone besides just posting it on my social media. I told my except for my mom. I told her that I was um starting to wonder if I was on that spectrum as well, and I was doing research and trying to see if I thought that that's what I was. Um, but yeah, so that is who I am for those of you that care. Um, so please like and subscribe and comment if you're comfortable your sexuality and how and your coming out story. I would love to know, and I will talk to you guys later.